What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Blue, and today I got a Scav loot run that's gonna make you millions. You might be like, well, why reserve? In my opinion, I think people come here mostly for raiders. As a PMC and a Scav, you're kind of going for the same thing, raiders, that kind of vibe, because you don't lose your Scav rep. But I recommend coming here for loot. Beginning off, I go into the train station. I always check this jacket. I always check the weapons crate right next to it. Sometimes you might get something good. There's also a lot more loot in all of these buildings that I go through. I don't hit all of it just because I hit what I think is the best, and for the time that you have as a scav, what's the most worth it, and that's kind of what this route is about. So second off, I head over to K buildings, and at K buildings there's in the middle one there's a technical supply crate, and sometimes I tend to get some good stuff in there, and I also sometimes get some good stuff off the table right next to it that has some weapons supplies. Let me know if I sound better this video. I'm using a different software to record my voice. I'm hoping that y'all hear me better. I know that's been a big complaint, but anyways, let me get back into it. Now I'm running over to the hermetic doors, and in the middle one you can actually loot through the middle and get a crate. Yeah, pretty cool. Never knew about it until three wipes ago, and you can get some pretty good stuff in there. It's just a rations crate. For the second spot, you can jump through it, but it's very hard with the scav rep or the scav stamina and strength. It just doesn't happen that often. Something that I do want to point out in this raid is I do go for an airdrop. If you ever have that opportunity, you should always try to take it, because you never know whenever you're going to get a backpack or something good out of an airdrop. I get that it can be dangerous, but I mean, you're a scav. What is there to lose? You might as well go check it out. In this other middle K building, there is a weapons crate, and I hit it on the way to find the airdrop. And once I realize where the airdrop is, I run straight to that, and I want to be the first one there, so that way I get first dibs on any loot that comes down. This is actually a pretty funny scene that played out. Me and this scav are looting, so I wasn't really thinking, and I'm just trying to loot really quickly and get through it all or whatever. And I did get a fair amount of stuff, like I got the P gauge and a couple other things. But right here, as you can see, I put on the backpack, but I put all the loot in there, and then I put the backpack back, and then I pick up the bigger bag and I try to run because I got scared that he was gonna kill me or something because I took two big items. He didn't, but I realized my mistake, and I ran back to go get the bag, and right as I'm getting close, I see him drop his bag and put the bag on, and I'm like, I'm not going to waste my scav rep in this run. So I just run away, take what I have, and realize that I can make more money with the bag that I got on than he can. So now I'm going to run over to the night building, and I like checking these two jackets and the duffel bag. I think duffel bags are really slept on in this game. They can literally spawn just about anything, like GPUs, maybe even LEDXs, I don't know, but all the really good items can spawn in duffel bags. You'd be very surprised. I always check here. There's some good tools kits, and there's also a toolbox here. Now we're gonna run into upstairs just to check it out. I realized that it was looted, but to go forward through this video, know that there's more loot in all of these buildings that I go through. These are just kind of my favorite spots to hit inside of the buildings. Over here in one of the outside army camp tents, there is a weapons box. Sometimes you can get some pretty good stuff out of there. I usually tend to skip King building, and this time I run through the bishop or health building. I don't really loot here. I might hit like the duffel bag that I walk by or the weapon box that I walk by, but I heard people outside shooting, and I just wanted to make sure they weren't PMCs, and they were scavs. So I run over there just to see what's going on and say what's up, and run down there to get the loot before they can. This is school building. I enjoy the loot down here most out of probably everywhere on the map if you don't have any keys. There's 3 ration supply crates, so right there, as you can see, you can make a lot of good money out of that. And there's 2 more. This one happened to be looted, and the other one was looted, but I still looted the toolboxes that are down here, and you can still get a lot of money doing that as well. I accidentally shot right there, but there's another toolbox in here. I realized this was looted as well. All good though. They didn't get the good things out of it, so I said screw it, I'll take it, move on. There's a toolbox in here, and what a lot of people don't loot is the hallway that I'm about to go into right here. There is so many people that don't loot these weapon boxes and duffel bags, and it is very slept on. As a scav, you can almost get it every single time not looted down here. I would recommend to check it out for yourself. It's very good area. It is RNG. You might not get the best things, and this time I don't think I really got the best things, but it's just about going down there, checking it, and seeing what there is, because you never know what you can get. Another double duffel bag and double jackets, nothing really out of there. Now I'm running from underneath over to Black Pond. It's pretty simple. It's just a straight line and then left, so there's a toolbox along the way. That's why I do it. Up here, now entering Black Pond from down below, there's a duffel bag in the basement area that can sometimes spawn some pretty good stuff, and over here there's a tech spawn that I just looked at. Going up the stairs, there is a green weapon box. There can usually be some pretty good stuff in here. This is where I got the armor, which is very nice to have. Next, I checked the grenade box, and there's also a health spawn or med spawn here, which you can spawn lead X's and all kinds of stuff, so you always want to check it. Stims and all that stuff. Next thing I hit is a duffel bag. Nothing really in there. Not sure what that noise was. I thought somebody shot at me, but it was just some ricochet or something. Another duffel bag on the way out whenever you run over to White Pond. There's a dead scav on the left side of White Pond that I always like to check just to see what's up. White Pond has a lot of weapon spawns, and there's a lot of good loot in the building. Right here I find a helmet. It's always scary to wear like a U-lock like that because you look like a PMC, especially late in the raid. I always get nervous about that kind of stuff. Third floor is where I'm at. There's a weapon spawn right there, which I got a flashlight. There's a duffel bag spawn right here, which gave me a skull. And then there's also a weapons crate right there that gave me nothing really too good, but you know, you still gotta check it. Next, we're gonna go up to the roof and look in the duffel bag. There's also a weapons spawn up here that is very good as well. That is always wanted to be checked because there's many suppressors and scopes that will spawn right there. Right here, another grenade case to check. And now I'm checking the triple jackets. Always check these. I found lots of keys here many times. Right here I find a gold chain, which is worth it, and I don't find anything else too good. The next thing I wanted to go check out was in the middle, but I had a very scary surprise. This is the extracts for the scavs as well. I just wanted to point that out really quick. Running out to the middle part, I realized there was dead bodies, and I realized that dead body was Gluhar. I then saw a person looking at me, which was one of his guards, and I did not want to take the chance because as a scav they will shoot you, and also you lose scav rep if you shoot them. So I just wanted to run away, get away from that, just start heading to extract because we're having a very good raid. Still got 10 minutes left, so I went up to Dome to check Dome on the way to my extract. Since I had the time, why not? You know, there's a free safe up there and also a duffel bag. But going up there, I realized that it was already looted, so I would rather go down and check the filing cabinets that are down below next to my extract, which was very good idea, which you will see why. So I run down towards the extract, and over in the guardhouse building there is about 8 filing cabinets that you can look through. Separate filing cabinets, meaning like you know what I mean. And in here you can always find good stuff. Right here I find OB, which is a very good key, and I then play a little bit of Tetris whenever I find this other stuff. Flash drive, very good stuff. Like I said, guys, you should always be checking filing cabinets, especially late into wipe. They buffed them, I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure, but lately I've been feeling like they're very buffed. And the last thing that I want to point out is right here. You see whenever I take the mag out and I drop it, that's very good to fit a lot more room. You might be like, oh yeah, obviously, well, I don't have any extra mags, but as a scav, you really don't need any extra mags considering you're probably not going to run into a PMC if you're going in for loot. Of course, if you're trying to kill PMCs, you would want extra mags, but we're going for loot here. You know, this is a loot run video, so always make sure you drop your extra mags. You know, you could make a lot of room with that. The end of this video is going to be me selling everything and showing you how much money I made off of that raid. This raid isn't really that good, it wasn't anything crazy, but as you could see, I end up making quite a bit of money. I'll let the music play and you watch, and I'll come back and see what y'all think. So on the first go around, I didn't realize I didn't even sell everything yet. I was already at this much money. I hadn't even sold my key that was almost worth 400k, so I put it up for 380, so you do the math, that's quite a bit. But what I didn't realize is I forgot I put a bunch of stuff inside the BlackRock, so I had to sell all this stuff too. This was also part of the raid that we just ran, and had to do the little, you know, sell here, sell there. And now we get to the end of the video, which is where I thank y'all for watching, and y'all can see how much money I made plus the 380k that came a little bit later on in the day. Thank you guys so much. Peace, y'all.